All right, video number 3. Okay, let me take a breath before this one. When I was younger, I was pretty much the president of everything. Anything I ever ran for president for when I was starting in middle school, all the way through high school, and all the way through college, and even in my early alumni years of after college, anytime I ran for president of anything, I was elected. I was elected. I mean, like, hands down, no question. Beginning when I was in 8th grade, and I ran to be the president of the school, the president of student council. And we had one hell of an executive board that year. We did things in my middle school, my 8th grade year, that I definitely weren't done in my 6th and 7th grade year at the same middle school. We had a tremendously close board. We had a great advisor in one of the librarians, the librarian that worked at our school. It was off the charts what and how we accomplished and what we were able to do and the way that our leadership group operated. After college, other than that unique alumni group that I was a part of, I wasn't able to follow anywhere near in the footsteps of any of my peers, where most of them were they stuck to one career, they stuck to one industry, they rose up into leadership positions within their industry. They had leadership positions as doctors who decided to get their own practices, lawyers that became partners, veterinarians who have their own practices. These are people that were my peers, but my path didn't afford me those opportunities. And also simultaneously, my wounds from high school onwards began to come together in almost a perfect storm, where it was like, in this regular world, I can't speak up as a leader because I'm not successful in the way that we define and see success in the limited mainstream world. I don't have a boatload of money. I'm not some high level top of the hierarchy in any set, profession or career. Like, you look at my life and it doesn't scream leadership in that way. But does that mean I'm incapable of being a leader? Absolutely, positively not. I have been playing around with this idea of referencing myself as if I'm running a fake presidential campaign for America. Like I'm 100% serious here. Obviously, it would be like satirical, but I'm serious in how I would do this, meaning that I already have a project in motion that was inspired by a fictional account of our presidential system. It was inspired by the Aaron Sorkin, extremely left-leaning, I know, Aaron Sorkin series from the 90s called The West Wing. My current project was inspired by the political system. And I think it's time to revisit that project, which still isn't off the ground. Ripple2020.world is the website. Ripple2020.world is the project. It's hashed out about 50%, I'd say. 30 to 50% is hashed out on the website. Enough where the gist of it is there. I think it's time to take this for a run. Because it's speaking to something that people understand. I'm not about feeding the current system. I definitely do not want to be a president. No, I'm not interested at all. Couldn't be less interested in the way that our system currently operates. However, I think that system has long had its time of not being accountable. Not at all being accountable. And I don't think it can be any more clear that the leaders within that system as a collective, there might be one or two decent people, all right? I'm not saying that there aren't a handful of decent people within the system, but the system is out of control. It's run amok. to try to fix it from within when it continues to show us how corrupt it is. It's supposed to be a government for the people by the people. It is not. It's a government for the politicians by the politicians and the big corporations. And if we are going to see any real fucking change in this world, we need to call bullshit on the system. And most people just stop there, just criticize. I have a proposed, it's a minuscule solution. It's what I can do. And that's what matters. JFK quote, ask not what your country can do for you, as to what you can do for your country. This project is what the unique character of Alyson can do for her country. So what better way to announce it and really get it off the ground and put it into action than to frame it around and within a mock run for presidency. So this video will serve as my mock announcement as the 2024 independent candidate for the American political system. Alyson Noune for president. Vote the right way. Vote for Noune. Stay tuned. There will be much more with this one.